Why, hello, boys and girls, and welcome to our episode 3 on reading and writing fun with me, Swoops the Owl. In our last episode, we were talking about how to create characters for your potential book and how describing each character in great detail can help the reader imagine the characters better. Now, if you haven't watched that episode, then please be sure to go back and watch that first before you proceed with watching this episode. But for those of you that finished episode 2, we will now begin talking about today's topic, literary devices with setting. Now, setting, as we all learned when we were little kids in kindergarten, is the place in the story or the character has the event take place, right? So, the running example we were using in our videos were the Sierra Nevada mountains and how a character wants to climb them, okay? Now, our goal is to make the reader picture everything as much as possible, okay? So, take a look at this picture of the Sierra Nevada mountains. I want the goal of the reader is to describe, well, in our case, the Sierra Nevada mountains, to describe this picture without using it in the book. Now, you're saying, well, that can't be possible because you need pictures to know where you are. All the wise old owls, including myself and all the English professors of the world, say that literary devices can be used to help the reader visualize something in the book, just like this scenery of the Sierra Nevada mountains. Now, I can't do this by myself. And today, my friends, we have a very special guest on our show today, on this episode, to help us do some imagery work. So please welcome Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Hi! Okay, Rudolph, careful. There we go. Well, hello, Rudolph. How are you today? I'm good, thank you. Well, I know it's not Christmas time. We're filming in February right now. But since you live in the North Pole, I thought that Rudolph would be a great guest because, first of all, he loves to read and write, right? Oh, yes. And he also lives in a place where there's a lot of details. Snow, buildings, elves running around, and of course, the one and only Santa Claus. And so I thought he'd be a great help for us to formulate a great setting for our Sierra Nevada mountain story. So Rudolph, you already took a look at that picture right over there, right? I sure have. And I thought that's beautiful. But unfortunately, I can't go there because I'm too busy working at the North Pole. I understand. But anyways, I want you to help us create a setting in our book without using pictures. I think I can help. All right. Well, boys and girls, the first thing you want to do is use something called imagery. Imagery, as we talked about in the last video, is a way of creating a mental picture in your head without pictures and just using words. So an example of that, let's say Rudolph is working in the North Pole. And here's a sample. As Rudolph exits his stable, or what do you call it, a stable? Really, they're barns, but yeah, that's a good word. All right. As he exits the barn, he looks outside to see the white, puffy snow against the gray roads, while all the little elves dressed in red and green rush around because Christmas is coming soon. And all the toys are rolling on the roads as elves are trying to chase them and put them into their shiny red and gold bags. Now, isn't that pretty accurate, Rudolph? Yeah, you did a great job at that. So see, boys and girls, how imagery can do such a great thing because we didn't have to use pictures. We literally just used words, and I'm sure and I'm hoping that you visualized a nice, cute little scene of the North Pole. I know I did. Did you, Rudolph? I sure did. That was excellent, Swoops. Well, that's not the only way you can visualize. There's other literary devices, such as metaphors. A metaphor is a way of comparing two things without using the words like or as. So it's kind of like a simile, which uses like or as, and it's comparing, but we don't use like or as. So let's use Sierra Nevada mountains as an example. Okay? So the Sierra Nevada mountains is a lot of rocks. It's a very rocky mountain. And it sometimes can be very hard to climb because there's a lot of rocks. And so an example could be that I was such an octopus trying to climb the mountain. Well, we compared you, the character, and to an octopus. And remember, an octopus has a lot of legs, 8 legs. And so when you only have 2 legs and 2 arms, and you're trying to do 8 things at once, it's a little complicated. And so to add an extra layer of meaning, and some humor to be honest, metaphors are great ways, because you're not really an octopus. You just act and look like an octopus when you're trying to climb such rocky mountains and climbing such rough terrain down in California. Well, Rudolph, was that cool? That was. So, boys and girls, there's many other literary devices you can use, and we can't talk about all of them right now. But what I can do is give you an assignment for today. Your assignment is to think of some literary devices, whether it's imagery, metaphor, similes, and write some of those down for your potential story. Whether you're writing about the Sierra Nevada mountains, the North Pole, or anything. Think of some imagery that you could use to make your story pop. Make sure to write it down in your record of notes that you've been using since the first episode. And if you'd like the public to see it, you can post your literary devices as a comment so that everybody can see how well you thought of your literary device. Well, that's it for today. Thank you, Rudolph, so much for coming. No problem, anytime. And also, boys and girls, one quick announcement. On the next episode, I will not be here. I have to go to a special writing conference. And so one of my friends, Monkey, will be filling in for me. And so I can't wait for you to see him on the next episode. This is Swoops the Owl signing off. Oh, wait, one more thing. Oh, no, I messed up. I'll be back the next episode. On episode 4, I won't be here, but episode 5, I'll be back. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. Now we can sign off. Have a pleasant day, everyone.